We dealt with God in the Bible, the difference between the Word of God and the King James Version of God. What else? We dealt with Adam and Eve, the mythology of Adam and Eve. And so this one is going to be about the virgin birth. The virgin birth. That's Bible study for that ass. Like, just look it up. Just look it up. We can't continue to go along with what the pastor say and not actually study to show ourselves approved. If we really want to know what the word of God says, we got to get behind the word of King James. This lighting is terrible. All right, I'm just gonna have to go with the spooky light right on top of my head. It's gonna have to rock. it's gonna have to rock. So I need to be like Chomp with that drink in that glass, bro. I'm behind this, so I can't do it at the moment.
I understand.
All right, y'all. So
where I be designing, sometimes I might not need to have that mug in my hand. People graphics looking all crazy. Like a logo, more like a logo.
Hey, listen. This is the intoxicated logo. Here's the sober logo.
Right. We're gonna call this one standard, and we're gonna call this one standard plus.
For real.
Bible study for that ass. Yo, Brother Reason, Knock Chomper. Brother Reason, what do you think about that? What do you think about this topic? What has been your experience with the topic, and what have you thought about it, maybe up until this point?
So, I don't know how I feel about it. I know it's deeper than what I read. I know the words on the page is one thing, but I know that the gods, the Elohims that we talk about, because Elohim mean him, male and female, right? So when we start getting into that space, so like if I'm gonna follow this ultimate intelligence, I can't read this literally. Right, I need to dig in and figure out what were you trying to tell me about life at that point in time, and how does it connect to a way that I can see my spiritual self today.
I know, because you feel like that and you're a thinker. Most people who are gonna watch this are probably thinkers. They're at least open to new information. The way that you just articulated that, I'm sure it's a lot of other people who feel that exact same way.
Yes, sir. Now,
so can one of y'all just Google the word virgin? The virgin definition:
a person who has not had sexual intercourse, a person who is inexperienced in a usually specific sphere of activity, an unmarried woman devoted to religion, an absolutely chaste young woman, an unmarried girl or woman. And that's according to Merriam-Webster.
Okay. All right, Merriam. Okay. Let me see if I can. Let's see what that word actually is. Let me pull up my concordance here. We're going to scroll to, this is my digital Bible concordance. All right. Click on the upper left-hand corner here. Let's go to the concordance, that top part. And right at the top, place my cursor there. And we're going to just type in virgin. All right, so we see the virgin is at the top. It says 33. That means virgin has been used 33 times. Virgins, 1, plural. Virginity, 9. Virgins without the apostrophe. So it must be something different, a subtle difference there. And it is, okay, so we know we're looking for virgin. Which verse is the virgin birth? Which verse is that? Might be it. Behold, a virgin shall be with child. Okay, here we go. Here it is. See this word. If y'all see my screen still, it's Matthew 1:28. It reads, behold, and we see, and for people who, and this might be your first video, this is a Bible concordance. The word, you see the word behold, the number and the letter reference after that. We'll click on that and it'll take you to what the original word was. in
Mhm.
either Hebrew or Greek, and then it'll give you the definition for that word, give you the appropriate pronunciation for that word, and all that. So we're going to go ahead and click on virgin because that's what we're interested in. It's G3933. And as you see that word in Greek are those Greek letters, the transliteration, then you see the
Mhm.
pronunciation, and then you see the definition of this word of number one, it's of unknown origin. They don't know where the word derived from, so they don't know the um, etymology of the word. But in this day that it was used, it meant a maiden. By
Mhm.
implication, an unmarried daughter.
Mhm.
An unmarried. So the initial definition that you read, Chomp, doesn't
Mhm.
even apply here.
Mhm.
That's Bible study for that ass. Like, just look it up. Just
Yep.
look it up. We
Yep.
can't continue to go along with what the pastor say and not actually study to show ourselves approved. If we really want to know what the word of God says, we got to get behind the word of King James. So that
Mhm.
word, the colloquial meaning for virgin, you say virgin in everyday life,
Mhm.
people would think you meant a woman that doesn't have sex. That's why that definition was number one that you read, Chump.
Mhm.
This word virgin, now we know the definition. It doesn't mean a woman that has not had sex. It meant an unmarried daughter or woman. What are the
So,
implications of that?
well, that we can take away this whole metaphysical thing of God impregnating Mary without the use of a male, without the use of a man being there.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Which changes the whole perspective of it. But it helps to get people to just kind of say, all right, well, look, I know you were thinking this and putting Jesus so far out there and away from you that you can't even see yourself as a Jesus on the path of Jesus or connected to
indeed.
Jesus. Because God didn't have nothing to do with you being born. You evil, you a sinner. And it loosens it up or it helps people by just getting them to go and study now, to go and look into things a little bit deeper before they just take it for what it is based on what somebody else told them. Yep.
It takes away that mystical nature of it to where now
Mm-hmm.
we can really get real with it and see how it applies to our everyday life now.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't relate to a spirit impregnating a human being.
No,
The story means nothing to us at that point now.
no. If
We
anybody
can't
came
use
up and told you that, nobody would believe it. They'd be
no,
like, yeah,
no.
okay, all right, whatever.
Okay, yeah, okay. Moving on. I got to go down here. I got to go to work.
For real.
I gotta go.
Right.
Because it doesn't apply to regular everyday life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Brother Reason, what you think about that? Now that we know that word does not mean a woman that has not had sex, what are the implications from your perspective now?
I mean, all the stories that follow have to change now. You feel me?
Mm.
Like, you can't tell the stories in the same context, giving the meaning of what it was to be pregnant at that time. So now you have to say, well, how is it different from me and my birth? Right?
Mm-hmm.
What separates us now? Because what it meant at that time, my mom was that. My mom wasn't married and I was born. So now what does that mean for me? And how do you tie me into this whole idea now? Right? It
Mm-hmm.
changes the entire scope of every story to follow. Even
Mm-hmm.
when he spat in the dirt and put it on the man's face and told him to wash at the lake, right? It's like, well, that's CVS and Walgreens. Like, he understood the composition of the land, so he knew how to make an ointment.
Mm-hmm.
So what's
Mm,
stopping me from understanding that same chemistry? You know what I
Mm.
mean? What's stopping me from having that same knowledge? You know what I mean? You start asking more questions at that point. You
Mm-hmm.
should. If you don't, you should be like, okay, well, I got 1,000 questions now that I need answers to, and now I have to go dig and find them.
Mm-hmm.
But Bible study for that ass. We're here to show you what your pastor won't, so you can have the power that your pastor don't.
Yep.